your home address, phone number, email addresses. It's all for sale online to the highest bidder. Scammers and data brokers use it to target your family, steal your identity, and invade your privacy. Fight back with PCmatic Delist. We hunt down and remove your personal data on over 100 broker sites. Make yourself invisible with PCmatic's American-made Delist. Get your free scan today at PCmatic.com/delist.
Excuse me! Taxi!
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Well, Pat's and Cosby and WABC is heard in 178 countries. Well, some of them must have heard our 5 o'clock show last night, because guess what? They weren't going to help in the Straits of Hormuz.
Yep, those countries.
Well, they changed their mind today after our 5 o'clock show.
John, I love this because yesterday we said, you better listen to President Trump. We talked about it here on the show together. And what a surprise. Well, today, Japan, who's sitting next to the prime minister, sitting next to President Trump, and some of the others said, Mr. President Trump, I think we can help. I think we will help.
Oh, what happened with the prime minister of Japan today? Why did President Trump bring up Pearl Harbor?
Oh my goodness, John.
Did you see
that, Gov? I shared the story. Go ahead.
I showed it to John earlier.
But this is the first time I've seen the Japanese prime minister. Her eyes were like saucers right after it. But go ahead, Gov.
This involves an incident we all remember from 81 years ago, which was the attack on Pearl Harbor, and President Trump brought it back up in a conversation with the prime minister and kind of scoffed at the whole thing. And I don't think the prime minister.
The reason for it is, everybody's saying, how come Trump didn't consult with his allies before he went and made the attack?
And let's not forget who was asking the question, because at the time, it was the press pool, and it always happens. I've been in there many times where it's a world leader and President Trump. And so it's sort of deferential that you rotate. So it was President Trump says, does a Japanese reporter have a question for the prime minister or for me? So the Japanese reporter says, why didn't you consult with your allies a lot more about the attack on Iran? Why didn't you tell us?
They attacked Pearl Harbor. They didn't consult with us.
And that's exactly what President Trump said. President Trump said, first, obviously, to your point, John, you got to have the art of surprise. And then he said, you know what's interesting? You didn't tell us about the surprise attack on Pearl Harbor.
How about that?
And suddenly the Japanese reporter got very quiet. What do you make of that, Ed Cox?
I'm surprised she got very quiet. But Japanese are very good at doing that.
Yeah, and then the Japanese prime minister, I think she's very impressive.
Oh, very impressive.
And she's very kind of contained, which is sort of the Japanese style, you guys. Her eyes opened up. Because you could tell it was like a delayed translation. And when she finally got the translation, it was like, whoa, did he just say that?
She was thinking about where on the Eastern Front that reporter was going.
Yeah, exactly. But it is huge news. And, John, before the show, we were talking about the countries. It's Germany, it's UK, it's Italy, it's France, it's Netherlands, and Japan. And essentially putting out this statement that, President Trump, we will help with the Strait of Hormuz. The question is, what will they do? We don't know all the specifics.
They know it's going to take them a long time to float all the boats to the Strait of Hormuz, and it'll all be over by the time they get there. So
yeah, exactly.
It's a free shot for them.
Yeah, free shot, right? But at least they said, Mr. President, we will help you. You know what I thought about?
At least the spirit was there.
The spirit was there, and that spirit would not have been there if it was a different president. It is back to the art of the deal, as we played there, with Kenny Rogers, knowing when to hold them, knowing when to fold them. Also, guys, the big story today, everybody, is, of course, these tweets and these posts that are coming out from the First Lady of New York. Comment she made a while ago. We're going to have John Levine, who's the reporter who broke the latest round. Some of them are downright distasteful. And I'm waiting to see, is Mayor Mondani going to apologize for his wife or say, she's not a public? I'm sorry. These comments are horrible about Israel, horrible about U.S. troops. I find them reprehensible.
He has not disagreed with her comments to date.
Yes, that's
the problem.
Exactly. That's the right point, Ed, because he first said, she's a private citizen and I'm a public person, but he didn't condemn it.
Governor shaking
at least as of a couple hours ago from what I saw. Gov, please.
Yeah, this is one of those situations that when you get elected to a position such as that, you have to have this conversation with your family that, just because you don't like something doesn't mean you have to tell the world about it.
Can I stop you? Maybe he does like what she's saying, okay? Let's face the facts. Maybe he does, based on what he said before.
So far,
what I was saying
facts
is
point to that.
That they themselves might not like something, but the only reason that we're talking about it right now is that she's married to him. It's the only reason.
Right, but he can't keep saying, well, she's a private citizen.
He can't say that. She's not.
Right, and this is not a one-off. That's the problem. We've seen now, literally, I think it's 70. I think it's 70.
Right.
70
recently, and this goes back to her college days. So she's anti-American, she's anti-Israel, and she's anti-Semitic. She has the trifecta down.
No, you know what she's pro? She's pro-Palestinian terrorists, she said. Pro-Palestinian hijacker terrorists.
That's right, the ones who took over the airports and took over the planes. Exactly.
It's really shocking, you guys.